before we even get to questions. I said this in my opening press conference when I took this job. Players win games, coaches lose games. And I apologize to our team in there because we did a terrible job of coaching them. We're not that bad of a football team. But when you perform that bad, it's not on them. It's on the coaches. I got to do a better job of getting our staff to prepare them better. The only thing that they did good out of that is when the score was 21-0 at halftime. They could have thrown in the towel. They didn't. We came out. We had some opportunities, but we got out physical as a football team. I told them I thought going into the game that Air Force traditionally is going to be the toughest team we play every year, and we got our tails whooped. Physically got beat. So it's a simple formula. If you get knocked off the ball and you create turnovers, you can't put it in the end zone. Simple formula. You get your tail whooped. Go ahead, Brandon.
Coach, even after Air Force gets off to the real physical start, up 21-0, what did you learn about the defense, particularly in the third quarter?
Well, obviously we didn't give them a good plan in the first half. The speed of it was way faster than what we were prepared for. So obviously we were doing too much. And the message at halftime was simple. It was, we're going to find out the true character of our football team, because you can either go out there and they can continue just beating your head against the ground, or you can go out there and fight and try and come back. And if you take it one play at a time, maybe we'll have an opportunity to get back in the game. And we had several opportunities to get back in the game. But obviously on offense, we did a terrible job of coaching them, because we give the ball inside their territory 4 times, and we missed 4 field goals on the night, and we go backwards on all those drives. So, I apologize to our kids and our fans, because we're not that bad of a football team, but we played like it tonight. So that's our fault.
How big of a step back was this for the offense, Coach?
I guess we'll find out in 6 days. We get another opportunity in 6 days, but it was terrible. Terrible. It's just a terrible performance all the way around. Special teams, offense, defense, that's an embarrassment of a football team. Go ahead, Van.
Coach, at any point were you thinking, man, this is just not our night? What's going on? Because some of those things just look like, like how you feel when things are happening. Were you ever discouraged? Like, wow, what is going on here?
Nope. We didn't do a very good job upstairs identifying. We were kind of struggling in the first half to figure out what the heck was going on. So that's on the coaches. We got to do a better job all the way around. They were knocking us off the ball. When a triple option team is averaging 7 yards a carry, it's a recipe for disaster. And you can go in with that. You can make that excuse that it's just not our night. That's a loser's excuse. It's not who we're going to be. I told the kid, I apologize to the kids, because obviously we didn't coach them well enough. So, you can say it's not your night, but that's not acceptable.
Coach, what do you say to your field goal guys, your kicking team? What do you say to those guys after a performance like that?
It's ridiculous. I view those guys as erasers. They've got to erase the mistakes of the reason they're out on the field. And now 2 of them over 50 yards, those are 50-50. Those are, we make them in practice. We're at altitude, whether it's 40 degrees or not, that shouldn't make a difference whatsoever. We got all those darn sidelines heaters on the sideline. It wasn't cold. So your job is to go in there and erase the mistakes of the offense, because they weren't able to get the first down or whatever. And when you miss 4 field goals with 2 different guys, that's ridiculous. Shouldn't happen. We've got good kickers around here, so we'll get it fixed. Go ahead, Will.
Hey, Coach, the triple option didn't actually hurt you a lot, because you're doing a good job with their pitch man, but it was those dive back plays right at the middle that were just gassing you. Is that just a product of facing the triple option team, where it's just impossible to read which way they're going to go?
You want my true opinion? That's a product of getting your tail whooped. That's a product of getting out physical. It's a product of them being lower than you, and just, for lack of a better word, they're knocking us off the ball so bad. It was a physical tail whooping in a clean version. Nothing else. When the fullback guy was working and in the triple option, you're right, triple option plays, I think they ran 1 or 2 veers. They did run some counter traps, and they did run some power plays that were hitting us for 5 or 6 yards, 7 yards in the first half. In the second half, I thought we tackled more physical, because we were causing turnovers. I mean, we gave the defense gave the offense plenty of opportunities to score some points, but that's a toughness factor, and they knocked us off the ball. They were the tougher team, and I tell our team all the time, the team that plays the hardest and longest and the toughest team is going to win. They were the toughest team, and I hope our kids keep that in their gut.
Coach, in respect to your receiving, it seemed like the receivers were either out of position or the quarterback wasn't getting the ball accurately to them. Was you the overthrows? Was it the defense of Air Force or just bad?
I mean, they did a great job. They did a great job putting pressure on Trey. It's not Trey's fault. He can't block those guys. And Trey was on his tail almost after every play. So Trey has no time to throw the ball back there. So the receivers aren't able to get to the perfect point of their route so he can get it to them. And then after a while, Trey's standing back there trying to survive for his life. So, I mean, we did a terrible job of coaching him to get him prepared to block the O-line up front so that he would have time to throw the ball. I mean, the very first drive, we're having success and we get a holding penalty, shoot ourselves in the foot. And then from that point on, we did a terrible job in protection. We made way too many assignment mistakes. So either we did a terrible job of teaching it, or it was too complicated for our kids to understand. And that's on us. That's on the coaches. That is not on the players. Go ahead, Van.
Coach, how tough is, I mean, like, I know just from you and, the experience with you and Rocky that you guys, like, you guys are tough guys. And how hard is it to have a game like this? Because, I mean, you're trying to teach the guys to be more physical and stuff like that, and they show some signs of it, but to take a step back.
It's a big step back, but that it's miserable. I mean, it pisses me off because that's my fault. That's not their fault. When they perform that bad, that's my fault. And it pisses me off that we did such a terrible job during the week getting them prepared. That shouldn't happen. I mean, that there's no excuse for that. We've done this way too. Now, if we weren't capable of being a physical football team like I saw last week, then we don't have the kids, we don't have the players, we don't have the ability to do it. We're not that bad of a football team. So that's coaching. That's my fault.
Does Tabaka come back next week? Is he healthy?
I think so. He was not cleared at game time to play. I would anticipate he'll be able to play next week. They took Trey in the locker room after the game. I'm not sure why, to check at him on the last series. So hopefully he's okay. I'm not sure. I haven't got the report yet of what it was for. So I hope Tavaka's back. Got another opportunity in 6 days to go play a Utah State team. So I hope we've been told so far that they're going to be able to play. So the plan is to go to Logan, Utah on Wednesday and play on Thanksgiving afternoon. Go ahead, Brandon.
Coach, you mentioned the kicking job's been up for grabs. There's been competitions going every single week. Is that going to be the case for the next game?
Definitely. I mean, I gave Andrew a shot and he missed. We'll let him kick in practice this week, and the one that does the best in practice this week will be the one that we'll play next weekend. And if you ever miss 2 in a game, you're going to give another guy an opportunity. I mean, that's ridiculous. You missed 4 field goals, and 2 of them were very, very makeable. I mean, that's a lack of concentration or lack of focus, or you're scared of the moment. And I don't think they're scared of the moment. Andrew Shelley's made plenty of big-time field goals, so you got to prepare to. And if he wasn't prepared, I mean, he's been waiting for the opportunity, and if he's not prepared, then I mean that's on both myself and him. I mean, you miss 4 field goals, that's ridiculous. Get the ball inside the 30-yard line and don't score any points 3 or 4 times, that's ridiculous. Go ahead, Van.
Coach, just one more here. Do you think I know you said that you take the brunt of it as a coach, but it's hard to get over the hump when you haven't done so in a long time. This is like 13 in a row for these guys.
13 in a row and 19 in a row.
What's that now?
13 games and 19 conference games. It's ridiculous.
And so how hard is it to shake that out of, to shake all that off?
We'll find out the true character of them. I mean, if they're true competitors, they'll keep showing up to work every day to try and get better so that when they have an opportunity to play, hopefully next Thursday, they go out there and compete and have a chance to win. Last week, we had a chance to win. We make 3 assignment errors. I thought we were the better football team. We played more physical than they did. And we don't know how to win. We screwed it up. Tonight, we didn't prepare them good enough, obviously, because we're not that bad of a football team. But we did a terrible job of coaching them. I mean, it's call it cliche, call it what you want. When your team performs that bad and they're not that bad of a football team, that's on the coaches. What else? Anything?
That's fine, man.
I apologize.
Thanks, Coach.
I apologize. We got a long way to go. We'll get better, but that's on me.